All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Finals Day. We're finally here at the end of the tournament. This tournament and the other tournament and the other tournament have gone forever. It feels like we've been here for months. But we're nearly in New York. We're so close. We've just won 2 matches away. And then we can finally get to the US Open, which is what all this is for. But how are we doing, chat? What's going on? Are we ready? Are we ready for the end of Cincinnati? We've got Tiafoe taking on FILS. Someone's going to win a 1,000 for the first time. Someone's going to win a 1,000 for the first time ever. By the way, to the guy that asked, do I display the match? That's illegal. Can't do that. But if you want to watch this match, you can watch it on the Tennis TV app. If you have a Tennis TV account, you can go watch it over there. If you don't have a Tennis TV account, you can click the link and get one. We're collaborating with them for the rest of the season. So, yeah, kind of a big deal. But, yeah, I can't show it, but they have it over there. So you can watch that. Or you can see the scores. There's scores there. Yeah, there's plenty of stuff over there. Go check out the app. All right. Why is the men's first? I don't know. Men's was first last year too, so it must, I don't know. They just do that. They just do that. I'm not sure. No worries. Happy to help. All right. So Winston-Salem, we're not going to watch that. We are going to watch the dubs in a couple of days. Do you have the double schedule, Dutchie? Is this just qualies? We're not watching qualies. We're watching mixed doubles. Yeah. No more 500 final. What do you mean? There's a 500 next week. Federer's back. Yeah, when's he playing? He's playing like Tuesday, right? Medi's playing Salem. He is. I'm not watching it. I'm not watching fucking Salem. I'm not watching it. I'm not. Chad, I've been live like 30 days in a row. I'm not watching Winston-Salem. I'm having 1 or 2 days off. I'm not watching a 250 at 1 in the morning. Come on now. I barely got through this week alive. I almost came down with the sickness. So I'm not watching. I'm not breaking my back to watch 250. Not before a US Open. We got bigger fish to fry. What's my prediction? Whatever I said in my video. I can't remember. Go check out the preview. Can't remember. Yeah, we gotta have a week off for the US Open. It's been a long couple of weeks. Did I say Tiafoe? There we go. I said Tiafoe. There you go. I must have said Tiafoe. Am I feeling better? I'm getting better. I'm getting better. Cabbage vanilla. Bro, you don't even know me. Your name is Willy Worm. You're so quirky. You're so quirky. I wish I was as cool as you. Tennis TV doesn't show WTA, doesn't show the Grand Slams, but shows everything ATP. It doesn't show not the US Open though, so don't get it for the US Open. It doesn't have the US Open, but it has the final of Cincinnati. It has all the ATP finals matches, all that stuff. Am I feeling better? I'm getting there. I just need to not talk out loud. Like, that's the problem. I feel good, and then when I go on the stream, I start to talk, and it gets all crazy. But it'll be fine. Now, these two have only played one time before. It was an epic match in Miami last year, and FILS won the match. But this is the first time FILS is in a 1,000 final, so that's why I picked Tiafoe. Tiafoe's been here, done that. Just feels like it's his week as well. I don't know. It feels like it's his turn to win a 1,000. It's been, everyone else has sort of won one around him, right? All the other top Americans have got them, Fritz and Shelton. His generation, have all kind of ticked that box. Guys like Tsitsipas, Medvedev, Zverev, Rublev, Rude, all those guys. And Tiafoe's kind of, he was one of those next-gen guys. If I go look at the next-gen finals, the original next-gen finals in, I think it was 2017, he was amongst those guys, right? Those were the guys that he played against. Was it 2017 or 2016? 2016. Hey, thank you for that. 2016, I think it was. Let me know, chat. Was it 2016 or 2017? FILS lost the final to Zverev. A 1,000 final? When? When did I miss that? When did he win it? When? 2017 was the first one. So Tiafoe was an alternate in the first one. And you had guys like Zverev, Rublev, Hashanov, who's won a 1,000 well. Shapo, Chorich, who won Cincinnati a few years back. And then Medvedev as well. And then 2018, Tiafoe played that as well. And you had Fritz, Hurkacz, who's got a 1,000, right? So Demonor, who needs a 1,000. But he'll get one eventually. So Big Foe getting this would be, a long time coming. There's a lot of players that, he grew up playing with. Even Popperin, right? I mean, Poppy got one as well. And Sinner back in 2019 when Tiafoe still played the next-gen finals there as well. So a lot of his, I guess like a lot of his rookie class or next-gen class, if you want to call them, if we're going by that, have kind of won these trophies, and it's his time. FILS will get his. But I feel like Big Foe, it's been like, 10 years in the making to win one of these trophies. By the way, everybody who's comparing these two to anybody, can we stop doing that? It's really not that funny. Yeah. It's not funny. So let's not do that. But on a brighter note, on a more serious note, these guys will be on the verge of top 10. Not top 10, I don't think. Hang on, let me check. So 11 and 12 in the live rankings right now is FILS is 11, Tiafoe's 12. They both kicked Hodar down, which we all thought Hodar was going to make top 10 this week, and he's now to 13. Winner of this can't be top 10 yet, but the winner of this will be number 11, and the runner-up will be number 12 in the rankings. Tiafoe's been number 10 before. FILS career high ranking, no matter what. He's never been in the top 10. He's number 11 or 12 is career high for him. So yeah, these guys. I mean, especially Big Foe. Big Foe kind of hovering around 15 to 30. He's back. FILS is sort of coming back from that injury, so he started the year off at outside the top 50, I think. So yeah, big boost. And then of course the US Open, which we know that Tiafoe can play well there. FILS is going there with nothing to lose. They could both be in the top 10 by the end of New York. So, yeah. Let's see what happens. It would be nice to see FILS win considering injuries. Well, that's the thing, right? I mean, I'm not going to be mad if Tiafoe loses. I had to just pick somebody. But I would love FILS to win too. I mean, that'd be great for... Like, he's played some... I mean, let's talk about FILS for a second. We're just talking about Foe. Let's talk about FILS. So, FILS was injured at the end of last year. He had back injury, which, career-ending, potentially. Came back at the start of the year in Montpellier. Made a quarterfinal. Lost in Rotterdam. Then made the final of Doha. Took out Menchik and Lehechka. Then lost to Alcaraz. Lost to Zverev in Indian Wells. Lost to Lehechka in Miami. But he made the quarterfinals and semifinals of those two tournaments. Made the final of Barcelona. Won Barcelona. Made the semis of Madrid. He just hasn't done well at the Slams feast, right? He lost first round. So he didn't play Roland Garros. He pulled out and he lost to Hodar he lost to Berrettini in the second round of Wimbledon. Terrible draw. But in the 1000s, he's made this year, right? So he made a 500 final in Doha, like his third tournament back. Quarterfinals India Wells, semifinals Miami, semifinals Madrid. He lost first or second round of Rome, which was a bit of a weird one because he had to pull out. It was 4-love, and then he retired. Then he didn't play Roland Garros, so serious. And then quarterfinals Canada, finals at Cincy. I mean, he is one of the 1,000 kings, along with obviously Zverev and Sinner, who have been dominating those tournaments too. So yeah, he's been very, very good at the 1,000 level. he lost in Washington to Hoda, like second round, very unlucky. Hoda was the highest ranked unseeded player. He has been, like, FILS is having a phenomenal year. I mean, that is a top 10 year. There's players in the top 10 that you could say aren't as good as that season. It's just that he hasn't done well at slams. He didn't play the Australian Open. He didn't play the French. And then he lost second round at Berrettini at Wimbledon. So he just hasn't had that chance to get those big points. But New York, he might get to the quarters there, and then that will really, get his ranking up. And just to give you some context as well, so at the end of... So he got injured... So Canada last year, he didn't play for the rest of the season. Between July last year and February this year. Started the year off at 42 in the world, which is not that low because of... he ended last year injured at, top 20. Or he was 14 in the world before he started to get injured at the French. And he got injured at Roland Garros and then played Canada, but then just didn't play because of that back problem. And then, he was sort of hovering around this level before he got injured. So for him to, come back, number 40 in the world, unseeded at these tournaments, and then go crazy, right? And I tell you, there's a lot of love between these guys. It's just good to see. They're having some fun. And now, speaking of Big Foe, so Big Foe's been hovering around sort of 20 to 30 pretty much for the last 12 months. He's been lowest at 34 and highest at around 18. So he's sort of been floating around between 15 and 35. Now he's up in the top of the 13 top of the teens, right? He's up at number 12 or number 13, 12, right? And this will set them up for the US. If they both have a good US Open, that'll set them up for the rest of the year. Plus, they're both in the race to the finals now too. So they both could qualify for Turin, which is interesting too. So a lot to go on. I thought this was going to start at 4 p.m. What? Nope. Nope, it's starting now. One of these men will have their first 1,000. That's it. They'll join the team. They'll join the club. There's not too many players have 1,000s because of Sinner and Djokovic and Alcaraz. So and obviously slams are super hard to come by, but winning a 1,000 is a big deal on the men's side because of how hard it is to win any of these big trophies these days. I mean, let's go through the list of 1,000 champions right now, right? Who are active. So you've obviously got Sinner, Zverev, Alcaraz, Djokovic. Medvedev's got a bunch, right? Shelton, Fritz, Menchik, Rude, Rublev, Hurkacz, Tsitsipas. I think that's it, right? Am I missing anybody? Wawrinka, Cilic, right? Hashanov, and I think that's about it. And Carreño Busta. So, what's it, 10 players outside of Sinner and Alcaraz and Djokovic? So, Popperin as well. So, yeah. So, it's pretty tough to win these trophies. I mean, FAA's made a final, couldn't win. De Minaur's made a final, couldn't win. Caboli's yet to make a final. He's sort of popping off this year, but, he made a Grand Slam final, so I'm sure he's pretty chuffed. Hoda hasn't had a chance yet. Bublik hasn't done it. Nakashima made the final last week. Lehechka's made a final, hasn't won. Tommy Paul's also, I think, made a final, or at least a semi-final somewhere. Indian Wells might be the place. Musetti's made finals, hasn't won. So yeah, it's not easy to win these trophies. Even the slams are impossible to win, but the 1,000s are pretty hard too. Draper and Coric. Sorry, they're injured. They're way down the list. And Norrie as well. Okay, so the list is long. There's a lot of people. Okay, they're easy to win. But it is tough to win these tournaments, especially. I mean, look, the pressure you must feel when Sinner and Alcaraz withdraw and go, oh no, this is a chance, right? Because look at the 1,000s, right? Sinner won 6 in a row. Nobody really had a shot, right? And then Sinner and Alcaraz don't play Canada or Cincy, and everybody, it doesn't matter if you're 100 in the world, everybody's got to think, I can win I can win this. Like, this is my chance. When Sinner and Alcaraz in the draw, it's like, you know, I'll try and make the final. Like, I'll see if I can make the semis. But that's how big. I mean, this is such a rare. It's just like the French Open, right? French Open. It was open, and then everybody started to freak out because it was like, oh my god, I have a slam chance, and they all started losing. Like, this is on a little scale of that because obviously slams are massive, and this is like a little bit less in like a less, you know, it's a less career legacy type of thing. But still, for these guys' careers, a bit. I mean, this might be the highlight of their career if they win this. You know. All right, they've finished warming up and I finished yapping. Let's go. Who you got, chat? Who you got? I'm going Tiafoe in 3, but I'm fine with FILS winning. I don't care. As long as we get our money's worth. And for you, you didn't pay for this, so this is free. So you get you everything's free for you. Like, nothing. You don't have to worry about it. I want my money's worth though, because I pay for this. All right. Tiafoe to serve. I wonder if I could see Tiafoe grinding. Sorry, Tiafoe elected to receive. Tiafoe grinding this match out, or FILS just bullying Tiafoe like he's been bullying most of the guys this week. They've got to be nervous. Foe knows this has been a long time coming, and this is the first final for FILS in this stage. Both are going to be nervous. All right, FILS to serve. He serves a fault second serve. By the way, when was the last time a Frenchman won a 1,000? Tsonga? Maybe? We know Americans have won them. I mean, literally last week an American won. But I feel like for France, it's been a minute. Humbert's made a final. Rinderknecht made a final. Vacherot's not from France. He is from France, but he's representing Monaco, so that doesn't count. It's different. Different place. I think it must be Tsonga, right? Back in, like, it must be like early 10s. Got to be Tsonga, because Monf didn't win one. Gasquet didn't win one. Simon didn't win one, I think. It's got to be Tsonga, like, yeah, early mid 2010s, right? I know he won like Paris. I think he won Cincy as well. So, yeah, it must be back in like 2014. Yeah, over a decade ago. All right, 30 love FILS. There's a default second serve. I'll tell you the thing is with FILS, right? Is there's so much, this like France, we think the UK suffer. We think Australia suffer, but France has suffered so much on the men's side of the game. Even America, we think, oh no, they haven't had a champion in 20 years. In my whole lifetime, France haven't won a slam on the men's side, right? They've won one in the whole history of the tennis open era. 40 love. So like, I couldn't even imagine, like, we talk about like, oh, it's so harsh that like how the UK are so brutal on their players, and whatever. France must be like a million times more because they've had one player. But they've had a lot of good players that have never been able to do the thing, as FILS holds. But FILS looks like I'm the man. I'm him. But you know what I mean? I'm like, I'm the next French champion. Don't worry, everybody. I'll win one. He looks fine. He looks totally fine. He's like, yeah, don't worry, I got this. Like, he doesn't seem like he's burdened with, with that pressure of being like the next French champion. He wants to be the guy. I love that for him. He wears it well. All right. One love. Yeah, he's got that confidence for sure. He just doesn't seem bothered by. I mean, maybe France have given up and they're like, oh, whatever. Whenever somebody wins, we'll win. Maybe they're not bothered, but it does feel like, it does. I mean, he does handle the pressure very well. As the return goes in, the forehand of Tiafoe and Foe in the net. Love 15. Nice return from FILS. As we just serve again. Serve as a fault, second serve. Stadium looks full, yeah. Turnout's been good for this tournament. Serve at the backhand of FILS, but Foe double folded. All right, love 30. Love 30. And a bit of serve. It's a fault second serve. Serve to the backhand of FILS. Slice from Tiafoe into the forehand of FILS. There's Foe forehand again to the forehand of FILS. Foe up the middle. It's FILS with the backhand cross court. Foe gets it. FILS the backhand on the stretch. Foe goes again to the backhand of FILS. Tiafoe backhand again. Into the backhand of FILS. Tiafoe again with the backhand. FILS has gone backhand to backhand. And then Tiafoe eventually misses wide. It's love 40. Break points already. All right, love 40. 16-shot rally. FILS has already got a bunch of break points, and he's only lost 1 point for the match so far. Love 40. Tiafoe's going to get a time violation here. Oof, lucky. He had them before. Good body serve into the backhand of FILS. As we go backhand to backhand. Tiafoe again with the backhand into the backhand of FILS. Tiafoe backhand again. This camera angle sucks. Can we get a little bit higher, please? Backhand goes in the forehand of FILS. Tiafoe backhand. I can't see what's going on. FILS is standing right in the way of the camera. Is it a forehand? That's better. Into the forehand of Tiafoe. Forehand for FILS again. To the forehand of Foe up the line. FILS with a slice in the net. 15-41 saved. God, that court level camera is not it. I don't know what they're thinking. You can't see shit. Come on now. Show up for replays. Don't do that ever again. 15-40. 19-shot rally. I tell you though, I think Tiafoe wants to play these sort of rallies though. These are the rallies I think Foe might want to. He's played a lot more Foe than FILS this week, but I think the grindy kind of game might just annoy FILS in the long run, because FILS wants to hit winners. He wants to be that, he wants to finish the point. He wants to he wants to kind of control the point, right? There's a bit of slice now, the backhand slice of Foe. FILS with the slice. As Foe forehand again to the backhand of FILS. Up the line. Into the forehand of Tiafoe. Tiafoe hits it out. There's the break. There's the break to FILS. Oh, look. What's the time on court in this one, probably? All right, good start. All right, so Tiafoe spent 9 hours and 7 minutes on court, 7 hours and 12 minutes for FILS. So 2 extra hours, which is almost pretty much an entire match. More for Foe on court. 15 love. FILS serves an ace. 30 love. 30 love. So I'm just having a look here. Tiafoe has... So FILS has lost... He hasn't lost the first set this week, FILS, but he lost a set against Lehechka. So, I mean, we're almost at 3 love now, but Tiafoe winning the first set could really test FILS mentally a little bit, but I mean, he's going to have to come back from 3 love at the moment. Tiafoe's lost a set to Tien, and then he lost a set. And then actually, Tiafoe's won in the first set every match as well. 3 love FILS. All right, what a start. What a start. Is this their first matchup in the finals? It's their second matchup all time. It's first matchup in a final, though, yeah. What's their finals record? That's a great idea to look up. FILS is actually pretty damn good in finals, right? He's won some big trophies. Yeah, he's 4 wins, 2 losses. He lost in Doha to Alcaraz at the start of the year, and he lost a couple of years ago to Bublik in a final, but he's won 4. Including Barcelona this year. He won Hamburg and Tokyo a couple of years ago. So he's got that's a great record to start. And Tiafoe's record in finals, 4 wins, 8 losses. So they both got 4 trophies, but Tiafoe's been in many more finals. He did win in Halle this year, though, Foe, and he lost in Acapulco. So Yeah. His biggest trophies are 500, which was this year. So yeah, so FILS, based on that, FILS in finals takes his chances. And Foe's had a lot more experience at this level, but doesn't have more wins. First match was a banger, yeah. Yeah, last year's Miami was a banger match. All right, packed house. By the way, the ladies' final starts in 2 hours, so if this match does keep going this way, we could have like an hour before the next one. They're not back to back. There's a night session. Who were the opponents in the finals they played? So let me have a look. It's on my screen and now it disappeared. Where are we? Here we go. So FILS, he won. He beat Cerundolo to win Lyon. He won again. He beat Zverev in a final set tiebreak to win Hamburg. He beat Humbert, saving championship points to win Tokyo. And then he beat Rublev in Barcelona this year. I mean, that's a great list. And then he lost to Bublik and Alcaraz in the other two finals. And Tiafoe, his finals have been, first one was in Delray Beach. He beat Goyovchek in 2018. Then he lost the final to Souza in Estoril. He lost to Zverev in Vienna, 21. He lost in Estoril final again to Baez. He lost to Fritz in a final of Tokyo in 22. He then won in Houston against Echeverry in 23. He won against Struff in Stuttgart the same year. He lost to Shelton in 24. He lost to Sinner in Cincinnati 2 years ago. He lost again in Houston to the last year to Brooksby. And then this year he lost to Caboli in Acapulco, but won against Fritz in Halle. So, yeah. FILS's record in finals and even his opponents in finals has been more impressive. Like Tiafoe's lost to a lot of more random players or even like beaten random players that, he should or should not have lost to, right? Whereas FILS is only losing to the big boys, or winning against the big boys. 40 love. There's a default second serve. The crowd's starting to get involved for Foe, which is not going to hurt FILS's feelings. As that backhand goes wide by FILS. Foe's on the board 3-1. 3-1 FILS. Yeah, FILS has beaten bigger players in finals, yeah. I mean, he's beaten Zverev in Germany, which was a fiery encounter, if you remember that. But then they were friends afterwards, so. But during the match, it was pretty punchy. 3-1 FILS. With the break. 7 to the 4 to Foe. Return goes to 4 to FILS. FILS in the net. Love 15. Currently chat. After 4 games, FILS is at a 9.1 performance rating. Tiafoe's at a 5.7. So he's had a bit of a slow start. Tiafoe's hit 1 winner, 5 errors. FILS has already hit 4 aces. His serve is ridiculous. There's a forehand now from FILS. Then the volley in the net. All right, love 30. Tiafoe. He's settling in now. Love 30. Love 30. All right, serve again for FILS. Into the back end of Foe. Foe goes wide. 15-30. 15-30. As we just serve again from FILS. An ace. And Foe's like, I don't know about that, but Hawkeye said it was good. 30-all. FILS is serving ridiculously. 5 aces already in 3 games. Serve bot. Crazy. All right, 30-all. Serve. Oh, it's a fault. That was close. Tell you, FILS is like, give me that damn trophy. I'm here. I'm ready. It's my time. Second serve. Serving to the back of the foe. Return goes forward to FILS. Tiafoe. Forward up the line. As FILS gets a backhand cross court at the back of the foe. Off the tape from Tiafoe. And then FILS puts it away. And it's 40-30 with a shake of the fist from FILS. To go to 4-1. 40-30. As a return, goes in the forehand of FILS. He crushes up the line. Foe slices it back. As FILS forehand again, the forehand of Foe. Forehand from FILS. Into the forehand of Tiafoe. Now FILS hits a forehand again to the forehand of Tiafoe. Slicing the net though from Foe. And FILS holds from love 30. 4-1. FILS has come to play. It's his time. 4-1. He's not letting this chance go. He's like, you know what? I'm here to win. I'm not here to, I don't know if Goran's still coaching him, but I'm sure Goran's like, don't mess this up. Don't be like me. I had chances, didn't take them. You take this chance today. I don't know if Goran's still coaching him. I don't know. He's not there. So, do you think FILS will have more success than Tsonga and Monfils, both a long-time top 10? I think he'll be more successful than Monf, but we've played this game before, and I think we've come to the conclusion that Noah's got a slam, so he's kind of the best Frenchman of all time, at least in the Open era, because there's Leconte and all the Lacoste and all those guys back in like the 1900 early 1900s. Tsonga is the best player since, like, based on records, based on everything, since he's the benchmark since Yannick Noah, right? I think, well, I mean, straight away, if FILS wins this title, he's better than Gasquet, he's better than Monfils, right? He's won bigger trophies than any of those, but he's still behind Tsonga. Tsonga's still got Grand Slam final. Tsonga's still got massive wins on, against, he's got to beat. It's almost the equivalent of what FILS has to do in this era is beat Sinner at a slam, beat beat Alcaraz at a slam, because Tsonga beat Federer at a slam, he beat Nadal, he beat Djokovic, right, at slams, right? And look, FILS can't beat them. Well, he might be able to beat Djokovic if he plays him, but he's got to beat the top dogs in the big show, right? That's what Tsonga did. So if he wins this trophy, I think he automatically becomes the second best player since Noah, or second best player in the last 40 years, automatically. Frenchman. Because he's always going to win, he's going to win other trophies too, right? Gasquet's got more trophies, yeah, but Gasquet doesn't have a 1,000. I don't even think he has a 500 Gasquet. And Monfils doesn't have a 1,000. So FILS, I think, already elevates himself above those guys because of this trophy. But then to get to over Tsonga, he's got to get to a final of a slam minimum, and he also has to, sort of win another 1,000, beat some big names at big tournaments, right? I mean, some of the biggest things about Tsonga were his notable wins. It wasn't just what he won or what he didn't win, right? Didn't win a slam. But Tsonga had those big, iconic victories, like beating Federer at Wimbledon, right? Beating Nadal that early times, right? Beating Djokovic, getting revenge over the Australian final. Like, those wins are what also makes Tsonga's legacy, right? FILS has to do that against Alcaraz and Sinner. If they're the generational talents, which we all know they are, he's got to beat, Sinner at Wimbledon or Sinner at the French, He needs, those iconic wins were also what Tsonga did, right? But if he wins this, he's well on his way to, becoming possibly the greatest French player since Noah, which it's been a while. It's been, 40 years. Forward up the line in the net by FILS, 40 love. And it's so great because French tennis on the women's side, it's been great, right? They've had so many players. But on the men's side, there's been so many players, but they just played that era where there was no charity, right? There's no free stuff. Beating Zverev is an iconic. Beating Zverev at a slam is iconic. Beating Zverev in a 500, less iconic. He's got to beat Zverev at the French. Like, that would be a massive moment, right? Especially at the French. Can you imagine? Crowd would go crazy. Backhand return goes up the line for a winner for FILS, 40-15. I mean, just wait until you think Eala's crowd is rowdy. Wait until FILS plays the French Open in like a quarterfinal. You wait. You think the Eala fans are getting a little bit too much. You don't watch that match. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear people crying in the chat. I don't want to hear that. FILS playing at Roland Garros. Yeah, I don't want to hear people cry. Oh, they're cheering all the double faults. Yeah. It's in France. What do you expect? 4-1 winner from Tiafoe. It's 4-2 FILS. I tell you, if you're sad about crowd etiquette, you're gonna hate that crowd. FILS should say something. He should tell them to be quiet. No, he shouldn't. Why would he do that? Why would he do that? It's an advantage. Why would he do that? Why would he turn to the crowd and be like, "Excuse me, everybody, can you please respect my opponent?" Why would he do that? It's not his responsibility. 4-2 FILS with the break. But that's so exciting because we haven't had that in French tennis for so long. You know? So it's really awesome to see, that there's that FILS is the renaissance of French tennis, right? Love 15. By the way, the French crowd, not only, if you don't know, now I'm going to tell you, not only do they cheer double faults and cheer first serve faults, they also boo you if you're taking too much time or you go to talk to the umpire for 2 seconds. You look at the umpire, they boo you. So like, Eala fans don't boo. You want to cry. Watch that. Because they boo the player. They actually, like, the Eala fans don't boo anyone. They just cheer. They don't heckle. 15-all. I can't wait for next year's French Open now. Let's get Alcaraz FILS. Ooh, can you imagine? Or Sinner FILS. Oh, let's see how those guys handle that hostility. I'll tell you, Alcaraz FILS at the French in like a quarterfinal. Woo! Woo! I mean, look, we all love Carlos, but shit, I don't know if France is going to love him that day. I mean, even Rafa took shit from the crowd back in the day. Go watch Grosjean Nadal 05. It was one of the worst atmospheres against Nadal you'll ever see. All right, 40-15. Foe hits a wide. 40-15. All right, there's a bit of flying now from FILS into the front of Foe. Foe shanks it backwards, and it's 5-2. FILS is on fire. Now, let's talk about stats. So, Tiafoe's at 3 winners, 6 errors. FILS is at 9 winners, 5 of those aces, and 6 errors. He's on fire at the moment, FILS. An 8.7 performance rating at the moment, FILS. 6.5 for Foe. So he's yet to get out of the blocks. But I tell you, FILS' backhand and his serve are really doing him. I mean, the serve obviously is doing him well. But his backhand's really solid too. And Foe's relying on sort of forehands and backhands. His serve hasn't been great though, Foe. He's only hit 4 first serves in, Tiafoe. 29% of first serves in. So he's got to up that game. And he hasn't faced a break point FILS yet. But FILS only lost, 3 points on his serve? Crazy. Are you kidding me? He's only lost 3 points on his entire serve. First and second. That's crazy. All right. Foe serving to stay in it. That's why Hodar beat him twice. I tell you, Hodar versus FILS, US Open is what we need. Now, I don't think we're going to get that until like the quarterfinals, maybe, if the seeds are the way they are. But I tell you, Hodar, we need a Hodar FILS match. I know we've had them already, but like we need a Hodar FILS match. I mean, we might get it at the ATP Finals. By the way, ATP Finals is looking fucking nuts. All right? And apologies for swearing, but also, like, we're all adults. You've got already qualified Sinner, Zverev, and pretty much Alcaraz, right? You've got Kaboli, Shelton, FILS, Medvedev, Tiafoe, Hodar, who's just outside, Fritz, Djokovic, who's outside the top 10 completely. FAA, Demonor, Menshik, and Nakashima is the top 15. Now, Nakashima, he's only 300 points away from number 8. So the race to the finals is going to be so crazy coming out of the US Open. US Open is so important because if one of these guys doesn't play well, they're probably out of the race. But you've still got an opportunity. If you make the quarterfinal of the US Open, you can go from like number 20 to number 7. Because Sinner won everything and Alcaraz and Zverev have won everything else. It's so hard. Like it's going to be so competitive to get to that top 8. Whereas on the women's side, it's pretty much done. Like if you look at the gap between 10 and 11, even like 11 and 12, maybe Swiatek and Kostyuk make a run for it, but it's pretty hard to get into the top 8. On the men's side, the top 8 changes every week. 30 love. I mean, Tiafoe and FILS weren't in the top 10 last week, and now they're in the top 8 after one tournament, right? But yeah, imagine like it was Kaboli, Alcaraz, Zverev, Djokovic, Sinner, Shelton, FILS, Hodar, Chuck Djokovic in there. I mean, it could be like we're going to have some. I mean, Djokovic won't play, but we could have some crazy matches at the ATP finals. It's going to be crazy, especially when you got 2 Italians in there too. It's going to be nuts. All right, 40 love. 40 love. To make FILS serve it out. Serve again. There's a fault. Second serve. Second serve. Is a let. Women's final starts in 2 hours. Why so much talk about the US Open? Talk about this match. Relax, buddy. 40 love. This is a free service. You don't have to, it's all free. You don't have to worry about it. Backhand to backhand rally. As FILS goes up the line. Following the stretch. FILS backhand again into the slice of Tiafoe. FILS comes in with a volley. Oh, what a drop volley. Foe gets it back. But FILS puts it away up the line. And it's 40-15. 40-15. I can't believe Hodar is possibly going to be on the ATP finals. I know, right? The US Open is going to be so important for so many of those names I just mentioned. Looks like FILS has dinner reservations, yeah. Well, it is a packed stadium, which I love to see. I mean, the Americans being in the finals helps, but it is awesome to see. It's awesome to see this match have a full crowd because the women's match is like a top 5 clash, right? It's an easy sell. This is not an easy sell. These are 2 guys that are outside the top, 20 or top 15. Foe's definitely, part of the massive reason why everyone's there, but like this is not your normal final, right? I mean, last year we had Sinkerad's final, but there's just as many people here as there was last year. So that is such a big, and that's great for FILS because it gives him an opportunity to introduce himself to a lot of this crowd, right? And a lot of the American audience through Tiafoe, who are, they're watching for Foe, right? All right, FILS serving for the set. As FILS serves to the forehand, Tiafoe up the line to the slice of FILS. Tiafoe cross-court forehand. FILS gets it back. Tiafoe goes up the line and shanks it. And it goes long, and it's 15 love. 15 love. Last year's final where Sinner rage quit. Yeah. Yeah, Sinner rage quit to avoid a bagel. That's exactly what he did. Yeah. A7T, 30 love. Ali, you're an Alcaraz fan. Why don't you just, support him instead of bashing Sinner? What's he done? Sinner's not even playing right now. Leave him alone. Sinner fans weren't talking about Alcaraz when he wasn't playing. You rent free. 40 love, another ace, I tell ya. FILS is surfboarding his way to this title. 40 love. to take the first set in 30 minutes. Another ace. What in the hell is that? What in the Andy Roddick is that? 3 aces to win the set. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? FILS. He's him today. That is insane. 6-3. 8 aces, including 3 in a row to finish. 8.8 performance rating and a 6.6 for Foe. I mean, there's nothing that Foe can do. I mean, that's just ridiculous serving. He lost 3 points on his serve in that set, FILS. Unbreakable. I mean, unplayable on serve, pretty much. Foe's not serving well at all. He needs to really up that. 32% of first serves in is horrible. He's winning a lot of points when he gets it in, but he's not getting in enough to take advantage of that. Thank you for all those gifts. 13 winners, including 8 aces for FILS, 7 errors, and 5 winners, 7 errors from Foe. So it's not terrible from Foe, but it's just the serving. I mean, he's got to... Tiafoe has to serve better if he's going to hang with FILS. All right. All right. I'm American. I'm rooting for FILS. Yeah, fair enough. Everyone of the top 10 right now, yeah. I mean, Hodar, FILS. Chad, I said this last week, right? Or so I said this yesterday, right? There is a group of young players that are just hovering outside the top 10, waiting, like they're standing outside the door waiting to get in. And if you have a bad week, one bad week, you could lose your spot if you're in the top 10. You've got FILS. This is the guys who are under 22 and under. FILS at 11. Hodar at 13. Tien at 15. Menchik at 18. Fonseca's at 26, sorry. Blocks is at 32, so those guys are a little bit further. And then you got guys like Marita, who's just popped off in the last couple of months. Mickelson and Quinn, the Americans, coming through as well. Landaluce as well. You've got Bouzet, who's better on clay, but we'll see what he does this week. Van Asch as well. But those 5 guys that I mentioned, FILS, 22 years old. Hodar, 19. Tien's 20. So is Menchik. So is Fonseca. Those 5 guys are trying to get in that top 10. They're pushing. So if you're any of the following players, if you're Medvedev, if you're Demonor, if you're Shelton or Fritz, even FAA and Djokovic, I mean, depending on future results, you have one bad week. Like if Shelton and Fritz don't play well in New York, FILS and Hodar might take their spot. Like it could change like that. We could go from all the young players are trying to get in, and then all of a sudden 3 of them get in, and we're like, holy shit, the top 10's gone from like average age, late 20s to like 22. Like we could get like the swing could be crazy. So yeah, so they all better be careful. Medvedev, Demonor, Fritz, Shelton, they have to play well in New York. And they might have to play these guys to keep their spot. I mean, imagine we got like Hodar, Demonor, winners in the top 10, loser goes out. Fritz versus FILS, right? What if we had that match in New York? Crazy, right? Shelton versus Menchik. Like, all these matches could happen, and they could all be so important to shape the top 10. So exciting. This is what, no sinker has. There's still things to get excited about. As the backhand goes in out from Foe, 30-15. 30-15. Yeah, we've got Nakashima, but he's 25, so he's a little bit older. Backhand goes to the net from FILS, 4-15. Does Novak win 2 more titles to get to 103? Yeah, I think so. He'll win like 250s if he has to. Like he'll win something. Because Novak, if we're basing it on the last few years, he'll play that last week in. He'll probably play after Paris and Stockholm, and then he won't play the ATP finals. But yeah, he'll win 2 more titles over the next 2 years. All right, Foe holds, one love. Top 10 does need improvement. I think a lot of people wanted to, like, I wouldn't say improvement, a refresh. I think a lot of people want to refresh the top 10, right? You know, and look, this is no disrespect to Demon, right? Or Medvedev or even Fritz. You know, those guys have been in the top 10 for a while, right? They've been in the top 10 for the most of the 2020s, right? But they haven't challenged Alcaraz and Sinner consistently enough for people to look at them as a threat, right? Yeah, they've had their moments, but they haven't been competitive enough. Whereas the new guys, FILS, Hodar, there's more like, you know, optimism around those guys that they could be the challengers, right? Because they're younger than those guys. So they've got, they've got, maybe less battle wounds than Medi does against Alcaraz and Sinner, right? Or than Demonor does. I mean, Demonor can't beat Sinner. He can get a set maybe if he's lucky, you know? And I love Demon, right? I love Fritz and Medvedev, but I think a lot of people are like hoping that, oh yeah, we need FILS, we need Hodar, we need Tien, we need those guys in the top 10 because those are the guys of the future to hopefully take on Sinkeraz and make them earn their trophies. Besides them just playing each other and see who wins, right? Anyways, love 30. Chance for Foe here. But over the next couple of years, we're going to have a battle between that Medvedev generation and this generation. That's going to really be interesting. All right, love 30. As we're to find out from FILS into the forehand Foe. FILS backhand, cross court in the net. Okay, Tiafoe. His first break points of the day. Worst game that FILS has played all day. All right, love 40. Love 40. Great serve down the tee. One saved. 15-40. 15-40. 15-40. Another good serve. 30-40. 30-40. I mean, look, I'm not saying that Medi can't beat them, but I'm just saying that, like, overall, like, Medvedev this year has been the most competitive of that generation to play Alcaraz and Sinner, which is great. But Medvedev's 30 as well, right? Is it a backhand from FILS? That's a winner. We get the deuce. I'm not saying, like I said, I'm not saying that those guys can't beat them. I'm just saying that they haven't beaten them as much. And the Hodars and Tien, FILS, Menchik, Fonseca, right? These are the guys that, these are the young guys that are coming through that we're all like, ooh, are they going to be like testing Alcaraz and Sinner for the next 10 years? Whereas Medvedev, yeah, he's won some matches against them for sure. Even this year, right? He's beaten them this year. Or he's beaten Alcaraz this year. As a back in return, FILS back into the net though. All right, Foe with another break point. But the next, I feel like the next 2 years is going to be, or even the next year is going to be so interesting. Outside of Sinner and Alcaraz, I think it's going to be so interesting. The battle between the generations will come to a head. First serve, the Foe, second serve. Serve in the back of Foe. Back in from FILS. Into the back of Tiafoe. It's FILS with the forehand. Tiafoe slices it back. FILS. Cross-court forehand. Tiafoe gets it. FILS goes up the line and long! And Foe starts shouting at the crowd. 2-love. Now he's fired up. Sloppy game by FILS. And this crowd have something to cheer for now. Here we go. Big shout from Foe. He's been waiting a while for that. 2-love. All right, 2-love Tiafoe. As Foe serves. A fault. Second serve. As the return goes in the forehand of Foe is FILS with the backhand. Into the backhand of Tiafoe. FILS Backhand again. Goes wide. 15 love. 15 love. Here we go. 15 love. As he serves an ace down the tee. 30 love. 30 love. Serve again. Into the forehand of Face, and then Tiafoe forehand again. The forehand of Face, who tried to pull the trigger and smacked it in the net. 40 love. Tiafoe. This crowd's starting to get way more excited now. Face has already hit 8 unforced errors in this set. He hit only 7 in the first. This is a shocking set for Face. He's just... what happened? This is horrible by Face. I think he's just getting angry at himself. That's Foe forehand up the line in the net. 40-15. All right, 40-15. There's a bit of fault second serve. Second serve. Into the back end of Feast. Has got a forehand exchange. Feast gets it and hits it in the net. 3 love Foe. Just as quick as Feast got to 3 love in the first. Okay. 3 love. Tiafoe in the second. Can we discuss the denial of Stan the Man? Yeah, we talked about it the other day. All right. First time that Tiafoe has been in control of this match. Now let me look at some stats here. So we have Feast right now has hit 0 aces. He's hit 8 unforced errors, only 2 winners, and Foe's hit 1 winner, 2 errors. So he's not doing much, but yeah, Feast is. I mean, he's missing. He can't get first serves in Feast. In that first game, he was missing first serves all over the place. So many errors from Feast as well. 8 errors. He only hit 7 in the entire first set. He's already hit 8. Already. I think he just switched off after winning that first set. And his backhand was so good in that first set, he's already at 4 backhand errors as well. All right. 3 love. 3 love. Foe in control for now. It's insanely disrespectful that they didn't give him a wild card. Yeah, I have no idea why. I don't know the US Open personally, so I don't know why they didn't give him one, but you can call them and ask them. On the edge of my seat. Yeah, this is crazy, this match. The swing, there's been a whiplash. Violent swing of momentum. It's hurt my neck. All right, here we go. Let's see if Feast can just settle things down here. 7 to the forehand of Foe in the net. All right, Feast needs to get first serves in. That's the only mistake he made in that last service game. He just missed a couple first serves and Foe made him pay. 15 love. And then ace down the tee. All right, here we go. That's better from Feast. 30 love. ChatGPT tells everything about the US Open reasoning. Yeah, I'm sure it does. All right, 30 love. It's Feast serves. Into the backhand of Foe. Foe hits it out. 40 love Feast. Feast has played some quick service games. Serve again. Another ace. All right. Nice. Nice game by FILS. He's played one sloppy game on serve, and thankfully for Foe. I mean, Foe was up love 40, got to deuce. He's lucky he got through that, Foe. But FILS regains, at least regains his serve. All right, 3-1 Foe with a break. Can he keep it? That is the question. 3-1. Serve to the forehand of FILS. FILS in the net. On the return. 15 love. 15 love. By the way, chat, we're so close to 320k. We're only 200 away. Come on. Can we get there before the US Open? That'd be crazy. 320. That's not even real. How's that even a number? First set to fault, second serve. Second serve. As the backhand goes into the backhand of FILS, Foe, sorry. FILS with the forehand of the net. And it's 30 love. 30 love. As a default. Second serve. Seven to the backhand of FILS. Foe with the backhand. Into the backhand of FILS. Foe forehand cross court. FILS gets it back with a slice. But it goes long. 40 love. Foe. To take a 4-1 lead here in this second set. Love. Tiafoe. Serves. A fault. Second serve. By the way, chat, we're almost at 300 likes. Don't forget to like the stream as well if you haven't already. Let's get YouTube featured again. There's a backhand return up the line from FILS. What a shot. I tell you, this final is flying as well. 46 minutes and we're almost 2 sets down. All right, 40-15. Serve. Into the forehand of FILS. FILS in the net. 4-1 Tiafoe. In the second. All right, chat, where are we watching from? I haven't asked that. Where are we watching from? Where are we watching from? By the way, JJ, yelling in the chat, stop hitting it to him. He can't hear you. Tiafoe can't hear you. FILS can't hear you. Only we can hear you, and it's annoying. I can already see people in the chat getting annoyed with you, so just like relax. Screaming in the chat to the players is not going to help because I can't even talk to them. All right, we got Canada, Romania, Cincy, Rome, Adelaide, Philippines, New York, New Jersey, Montreal. We've got England in the house, Glasgow, Nashville, South Carolina, Paris, New York City, Ohio, Virginia, Montreal, London, Milan, Manchester, Grenada, Berlin, Italy, Jamaica, Ireland, Kenya, Alaska, Detroit, Cyprus, Los Angeles, Sydney, Mexico City, India, Hawaii, Namibia, Norway, Finland. All right, FILS to serve. Nigeria, Portugal, West Palm Beach, Maine, Sicily, Dominican Republic. All right, FILS to serve. As the return goes the forehand of FILS. Forehand from Foe. Into the forehand of FILS on the stretch. Foe. Up the line. To the backhand of FILS. FILS hits it wide. And there's love 15. First serve the fault, second serve. As the return goes in, the back and a feast. Forehand from Foe in the net. All right, 15-0. All right, as the return goes in, forehand face in the net. Oh, no. All right, 15-30. 15-30. Trouble for Feast big time now. Unbreakable on serve in the first set. Serving to the forehand of Foe. Great return. Feast gets it back. Foe. Forehand again to the back of Feast. Into the back of Tiafoe. Feast back in again. Goes in the net. 15-40. Tiafoe to take the double break and serve for the second. 49 minutes were played. 50 minutes. It just ticked over. What a quick final. Ladies start in an hour and a half. All right, 15-40. That's for the fault. Second serve. Serving to the back end of Foe. Foe in the net. 30-40. One saved. I love the aggression from Foe, though. He was going after that. 30-40. 30-40. Today's your birthday. Happy birthday. 30-40. Serve. Into the back of Foe. Backing up from Feast. Into the back of Tiafoe. It's Feast with a slice. Tiafoe forehand up the line. Feast gets it back on the stretch. As Foe backhand. Into the back of Feast. As we have a forehand from Tiafoe. Feast on the stretch. Again to the forehand of Tiafoe. Feast. Forehand again to the forehand of Tiafoe. Feast up the line. Goes long. Double break. 5-1 Tiafoe. And he's going to serve for the second. All right. Tiafoe takes the double break. And he's going to serve for this second set. Less than an hour for two sets is crazy. Remember Tiafoe and Musetti? They played like one set in like an hour and 15 minutes. It was a marathon. These guys are speed running this shit. All right. First serve the fault, second serve. As that goes out by Feast. And it's 15-love. All right, Foe. 3 points from leveling this thing up. As he serves a fault, second serve. Second serve. Into the forehand of Feast. Tiafoe gets back with his forehand. Now Feast goes to the back and a Foe. Slice from Feast goes nowhere. Tiafoe 30-love. 2 points from a third set. 30-love. Love. Didn't see this coming. Yeah, I mean, all of a sudden, Foe just starts to go crazy. Feast also dropped his level. We have to definitely include that. That happened too. Great second serve. Return goes wide. We got set points for Tiafoe. 40-love to take the second and take us to a third. We just got here. What the hell? All right, 40-love. 40-love. Tiafoe. He serves. Into the back of Feast. Return goes back and Foe up the line, but long from Foe. 40-15. 40-15. Serve again. Here's a fault. Second serve. Double fault. No, sorry. Second serve is good. The return's in the net, and we're going 3. FIS smacks it in the net on the return. And we're going the distance. Wow, we've played 55 minutes. What is this final? We need 5 sets. Chat, I'm saying it again. Get rid of 2-week Masters. 1 week with a 5-set final. That's what I want. That's what I want to see in my tennis. Back to the good old days of the 90s and the early 2000s. I want a 5-set final, but I want 1 week Masters. So you get less to get there, but when we get to the final, we get our money's worth. That's what we need. Especially today, because this match is going to be over in 20 minutes. And I want 5 sets of this. Come on. All right, 8.7 performance rating for Foe. Crazy. Remember, FIS didn't face a break point in the first set. He faced 6. And Tiafoe broke twice. 5.4 for FIS. I mean, that was... he... Look, I get it. Like, you win the first set, you kind of like, oh, yeah, I won the first set. You're relieved. But holy shit, he just completely fell asleep. 5 winners, 14 errors from FIS. I mean, Tiafoe didn't play amazing. He just broke. 2 winners, 7 errors from Foe. So it wasn't like Foe blew him away. It was more FIS shooting himself in the foot. So let's see what happens. They're both around the 7.5 mark on performance rating. FIS needs to serve again. He needs to find that serve. And Tiafoe needs FIS to not find his serve. Because this has sort of been based on FIS, this match. FIS was amazing the first set. Tiafoe was trying to hang, but FIS was too good. FIS dips. Foe plays about the same. Like, he didn't play much better in the second set, Foe, but FIS played a lot worse than that. FIS is like this, Foe's like this. So he needs FIS to stay down. All right, well, we're going 3. It's gone so quick, too. Such a quick match. I think the women should be 5 sets in the final. It'll be electric. That'd be great, too. Why not? Oh, Big Foe's getting a medical timeout. All right. Foe's getting... it's almost like a hip. I think he's getting his hip worked on while FIS goes to the bathroom. Okay. I mean, we've only played 57 minutes, but by the way, FIS walking out, like jumping around, that is a power move. Like, walk out of the change room dancing while the other guy's on the ground getting a massage. That's a power move. That's like, oh, I'm fresh. I'm ready. Let's go. You ready? Let's go. That's a power move. I mean, Foe's played a lot of tennis this week. He's played 2 more hours than FIS. So all of that tennis is probably worked up. But I tell you, you got the momentum. Stopping your own momentum to get a medical timeout, I mean, it's a bold strategy. Let's see. FIS is a line, yeah. There was a famous... So I don't... Obviously, I love Leighton Hewitt and I love Davis Cup for Australia. There was this famous incident back in 2003 in the semi-finals when Switzerland played Australia in Rod Laver Arena. And Federer came to town, right? It was Federer-Hewitt. Famous match in Davis Cup history. A 5-set final. Hewitt comes back to win, blah, blah, blah. But going into the final set, Federer went to the bathroom because he was starting to get tired. So he went to the bathroom and then did he go to the bathroom? Yeah, he went to the bathroom. And then as he was coming out after like the 4 sets that were really brutal, Leighton's like jumping around as he's walking out of the change room, and he walks out, Federer, seeing Leighton just jumping around ready to go for a 5th. And then Leighton won the whole thing. Now, back in 2003, Federer was still not quite the guy that he turned out to be in 04-05. He was still a little bit fragile. He still had his backhand was suspect. He still wasn't, the Federer that we know and love today. But just that power move, just like I love that. I love that. Like if I'm FIS and I see on the TV screens in the back, because I've gone to the bathroom, I'm looking around, oh, he's on the ground. He's getting a massage. I'm sprinting out of the change room. I'm running back to my chair, right? I'm running back. I'm going, oh, how you doing down there? You good? Yeah, I'm fresh. I'm fine. Let's go. I'm ready. You know what I mean? I'd be standing on the baseline, jumping up and down, waiting for him to get ready to, return. Maybe not that far, but it's why not? Just show the other guy like you're injured and I'm fine. Let's play. Let's see how you play. I don't think FILS would do that to Foe though, but against other players maybe he would. Hubs.
Cam, use your tennis influencer status to get us these 5-set Masters finals. I'll sign the petition, and you have 319K subsuos signed.
Hey, thank you for the $12 super chat. Appreciate it. Yeah, I don't have any influence, so calling me an influencer is an insult. I'm a streamer and a tennis fan. But, yeah, I mean, look, I don't think they will do that. I don't think they'll play. I mean, the players probably don't want to play 5-set finals either, let's be honest. All right, chat. Who's winning this final set? Who's winning the final set? Who you got winning Cincinnati, chat? FILS to serve. FILS is going to serve. I'm still going 4-3. I just want to have it. Let's have a long third set. Let's have an hour final set. Let's grind this match to the end. It's been too quick. We've had 2 sets in 1 hour. No. Let's have an hour set now. Let's have that Musetti Tiafoe first set in here. The sun's come out too. 4-1 goes long by FILS. Very important for FILS. For FILS to get these first few games. He's got to hold serve in these first few because momentum is going to the other guy. FILS needs to get on the board and just get in the 2-1, 3-2. Just lead, Is it a 4-4 rally? FILS up the line. Tiafoe's there with the backhand. FILS. Backhand again. The backhand of Foe. FILS backhand again. Into the backhand of Tiafoe. FILS. Into the net. Love 30. This is not what FILS needs. This is the opposite, chat. What the heck is going on? Love 30. Love 30. The crowd's going crazy for Foe. Who cares if the players don't want them? They need practice for 5 sets. I agree. I mean, there is benefits. I understand. Anyways, ace down the tee. FILS. 15-30. 15-30. 15-30. Ladies' final starts in an hour. There's a bit of fault. Second serve. As the return goes in the back end of FILS. 4-0 from Tiafoe sliced. As FILS hits a forehand cross-court winner. It barely goes in. Tiafoe's like, how'd that make it in? How did he hit that in? Oh, man. I think there's a bit of frame in that. That was a little bit shanky, that one. I think he meant to... Yeah, he shanked that FILS. He shanked that. He didn't mean to hit it that close. It's a good angle, though. All right, 30-all. First serve's a fault. Second serve. Went to the US Open today. It was extremely crowded, unfortunately. I saw somebody hurt their ankle very badly. That's not good. It's probably crowded because it was free, right? All right, 40. 30. Hey, thank you for the super gift. Appreciate it. All right. Very important for FILS to hold serve here. Serve a fault. Second serve. Second serve. Into the back of the Foe. Return goes out and a big let's go from FILS. He's locked back in now. 1-love. He knows how important it is to start this final set strong. 1-love FILS. It was free? Okay. That's probably why it was so busy. Well, with Craig Tiley involved, it's probably not going to be free for long, so enjoy it while you can. He's probably going to start saying, hey, why don't you charge him $5? Because that's what they did with us. They started charging for the qualies. People still go, but... I saw Alcaraz's practice was crazy, which is super exciting. All right. Tiafoe to serve. Into the backhand of FILS. Forehand from Foe. Into the backhand of FILS. As Foe backhand again to the backhand of FILS. To the Tiafoe forehand. FILS backhand. Up the line. Slice from Tiafoe. Goes in. FILS. Hits a forehand cross court with a big come on after that as well. Love 15. Love 15. Nice hitting from FILS. Serve. Into the forehand of FILS. Forehand from Foe as FILS goes passing shot in the net. And the crowd go wild. 15-0. 15-0. 15-0. Big Foe was his nickname back in college days. Oh, was it? I mean, that's always been his nickname. I mean, when he broke out on the scene, it was always Big Foe. But did it originate back in college, did it? Did he play college? Serve. Ooh, double fault. 15-30. And FILS is loving this. He's like, yes. 3 points. Let's go. Yeah, I don't think he played college. He broke out at like 18, so I don't think he played college. 15-30. Serve to the forehand of FILS. Return goes into the forehand of Foe. FILS backhand. Goes in the forehand of Tiafoe as FILS on the stretch. Tiafoe on the attack. FILS is there though with the backhand. He hits in the net. And Tiafoe with a shake of the racket. 30-all. 30-all. Big point here. Still, they're going so quick. 30-all. As Tiafoe serves again. Into the forehand of FILS. Return goes out. Good serve. Clutch. 40-30 Foe. Turned pro at 15. Didn't play college. Yeah. He was going to play football for Georgia. Georgia football nicknamed him Big Foe. Really? Anthony, where are you finding this information that nobody else knows about? Are you sure it's him? He has a brother. He has a twin brother. As with backhand return. Into the backhand of Tiafoe. Forehand from FILS. And Tiafoe in the net. Deuce. Where are you reading this? Where'd you hear this? Not saying it's not true. Just where'd you hear it? Like it was in an interview or something? Nah, deuce. And as Foe serves again. Serve to the forehand of FILS. Backing out from Foe goes wide. Advantage FILS. Tiafoe just couldn't get out of his own way. It's a good return. Right at the FILS. The Foe feet. Try saying FILS Foe feet. I mean, that's... You'll muck it up too, all right? All right. Break point for FILS. To get the break here early in the third. Tiafoe serves. Oh, a fault. Just missed it. Second serve. Serve to the backhand of FILS. Return goes into the backhand of Foe. FILS backhand. Goes into the backhand of Tiafoe. FILS on the attack. Tiafoe gets it back with a forehand on the defense. Forehand to forehand now is FILS. Goes again to the forehand of Foe. Deep into the forehand of FILS. Tiafoe forehand again. Into the forehand of FILS. Tiafoe forehand in the net. There's the break. And a big shake of the fist from FILS. He's going nuts. He's like, let's go, coach. No Goron, no problem. 2-love. Man, Foe just looking a little tired in those last couple of rallies. And FILS is going nuts. He knows. He's like, come on, let's get this back. This was too easy until it wasn't. 2-0 FILS. All right, this game. He serves an ace and a big shout. He's back. FILS is back. He just went to sleep for 30 minutes. That's his first ace. I think it's maybe his first ace of the set, second ace. Served so many in that first couple of games. Backhand to backhand rally that goes off the tape and wide. And it's 15-all. 15-all. All right, serve again. Out wide the 4-4. Ooh, return goes in the nets. 30-15. Free serve, man. That's the difference. 30-15. As Fee serves again. Down the tee, Foe returns it. Into the back of Feast. Feast hits it out. Tiafoe gets the 30-all. Great return. It was a decent serve down the tee. And Foe just slaps it back into the corner, which was enough. All right, 30-all. Chat, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to like the video too. We've got the women's final starting in an hour. Serve. Into the 4-4. Foe in the net. Feast. 40-30. To take a 3-love lead. And like I said, chat, at the start of the set, really, it's just been Feast who's been up and down. Foe's been solid. But Feast has been very, very good and very, very bad. Second set, he was very bad. But he's back to his first set performance level now. Backhand return. Into the back of the Feast, up the line of the 4-4. Feast. Forehand again. Into the 4-4. He goes up the line of the back of the Feast. Backing up from Foe. Goes out. It's 3-love. And Feast runs to the chair as he has a little bit of a conversation with the coach. 3-love. 1 hour and 11 minutes played. But the serving of Feast, that's been the difference. In the second set, he served like garbage. First set, he served incredible. Third set, he's serving much better. Not much Foe can do, right? I mean, Foe is solid, but he's not playing better than Feast. And Feast's best is better than Foe's best, right? In this final set already, Feast has hit 4 winners, 3 errors. Foe's hit 0 winners, 5 errors. And the errors are all around the board. Backhand, forehand, serve. It's just Feast. I mean, Feast he's figured out how to serve again. All right. And Foe does look a little sore. He did get a medical timeout after the second. He does look a little bit slow on the feet. He's got to win this game, Foe. Look, Feast could get nervous. He could get nervous serving for the championship or something like that, How we doing, chat? How we doing? Do we get to 500 likes? No. Come on. If you press the like button, it turns into a tennis ball. That's a thing. Also, chat, just for those playing at home, we've been doing this all week. It is 8 o'clock in the morning on a Monday, so I don't know if we'll be the biggest live stream in Australia. We're the second biggest behind the news. Who watches the news? Who's watching the news? What the hell? Come on now. We got a Cincinnati final. The news can wait. I'm sure there's nothing important happening right now. I'll tell you what's important, this match. 3-love. Second biggest live stream in Australia right now on YouTube. Behind the freaking news. Ugh. Who's watching news in the morning? It's crazy. Should be watching the tennis. Priorities. The news will be there after the tennis. Go watch. 3-love. Tiafoe, must-win game here. Serve is a double fault. Love 15. Love 15. Love 15. Ace out wide. That's better. 15-all. 15-all. Yeah, Tiafoe's got a twin brother who coaches Baptiste, right? He's part of the Baptiste coaching team, right? First serve's a fault, second serve. I'm pretty sure he was. Is he? I think he was. Or he is. Yeah, Franklin, right? Franklin Tiafoe. Yeah, he's coaching Baptiste. All right, Feast, 15:30. He wants that insurance break. 15:30. His forehand is so good in this final set, Feast. Better than the first 2 sets. All right, Feast serves again. Tiafoe serves. A fault. Second serve. Feast returning. Second serve. Into the backhand of Feast. Backhand of a Foe. Again to the backhand of Feast. It's Foe. Forehand. Goes wide. But I couldn't see because I had that stupid camera from behind the court. Chat, we got to get rid of this stupid courtside camera for live play. It's horrible. One in the chat if you hate the live camera on the back of the court. 2 if you don't mind it. We totally missed that forehand go wide. It was like they didn't cut quick enough. All right, break points for a double break. 15:40. Serving to the back of the Feast. Feast in the net. 30:40. All right, 30:40. Tiafoe serves again. It's not over till it's over. Well, it's true. First serve's a fault. Second serve. Serving to the back of Feast. Backhand from Tiafoe. Into the forehand of Feast. Tiafoe on the stretch. Hits it in the net. Feast! He just wants it more. Feast wants it more. His body might have crapped out on itself. 4-love. Feast is going for it. Whereas Foe just looks a little more reactive, right? He's just kind of waiting for Feast to do, like, to either miss or, make him run, right? Whereas Feast is like, mate, you don't want this trophy, I'll take it. 4-love. As the return goes into the backhand of Feast. Feast hits it wide. 15, love 15. Love 15. Again, we've got the women's final starting in an hour. So make sure you sub if you haven't already. Gauff Pegula. Should be a banger. Serving to the forehand of Feast. Foe. Foe in the net. 5, Foe, Fum. You try saying it. 15-0. Forehand, Feast, Foe. I mean, there's a lot. It's a lot, all right? Serve. Into the forehand of Tiafoe. Tiafoe in the net. Yeah, Tiafoe's not even... He's taken one hit wonders. 30-15. 30-15. As Feast serves. Into the backhand of Foe. Foe goes long. 40-15. The WTA scoreline. What the hell? 40-15. Serve again. Is a let. And Muhammad Liani made sure everybody heard that. It's very loud. 40-15. Serving the forehand Foe. Great return. All right. Tiafoe slaps the forehand up a line and it's 40-30. 40-30. 40-30. Feast. Still a chance to go to 5-1. Oh, sorry, 5-love. Feast serves. Foe. Second serve. Into the forehand of Foe. Great return. Feast gets it back. Tiafoe backhand again to the backhand of Feast. As Tiafoe forehand goes wide and Feast has got a 5-love lead in the final of Cincy. Final set. He's 1 game away from his first 1,000 trophy. What a roller coaster. What a roller coaster. Hey, Simone, thanks for becoming a member. Appreciate it. 5-love Feast. Hour and 20 minutes. We're almost done. 3 sets in less than an hour and a half is crazy. Without like serve botting, right? I mean, we've had 3 setters with serve bots, but this is a ridiculous score. All right. Here we go. Your observation's correct. It's all been on FILS' racket. Yeah, it has. I mean, look, the stats show that, right? I mean, the second set was great. Like the 6-1 for Tiafoe, yeah, it was good for Tiafoe. He played well. But FILS fell off. I mean, look, I've told you the stats, right? I mean, second set stats, 5 winners, 14 errors from FILS. In this set, he's gone back to... hang on, it's not updating. It says 4 winners, 4 errors. That's not true. He's hit more winners than that. Foe's only hit 1 winner and 7 errors. Remember, in the second set, he hit 2 winners and 7 errors. So it's not like Foe's gotten any worse in this final set. It's just been FILS going back like this, right? FILS' forehand is a 9.6 performance rating in this third set as well. It was a 4.6 in the last set. So, again, this has just been FILS' match. And the second set was a nap. He had a nap. Like, that's what it was. And Foe capitalized. But FILS woke up. And now he's up 5-love. And here we are, 20 minutes later. Didn't I say 20 minutes ago, can we get that, like, long final set? We need Tiafoe to come back so we get that hour set. I know you didn't pay for this, chat, but we're not getting our money's worth. This is not an hour and 20 minutes of entertainment. Come on, come on. Forehand goes up the line. Into the backhand slice of FILS. Foe with a volley. That's a winner. 15-love. 15-love. Nice hitting from Foe. Serving to stay in the championship here. All right. God, I'm hungry. Luckily, there's a bit of time between matches. Swiatek's out of the mixed doubles. Who replaces her? Is it a forehand there by Foe? 15-all. Who's taking Swiatek's place? All right, first serve's a fault, second serve. Second serve into the back end of FILS. Return goes long. 30-15. 30-15. Tiafoe serves again. Coco and Pegula play in 1 hour from now. 1 hour. 30-15. Serve out wide as a fault. Second serve. Second serve. Double fault. 30-all. And Tiafoe just shaking his head. 30-all. As Tiafoe serves another fault. Second serve. Down the tee, the back end of FILS. FILS hits it long. And it's 40-30. Tiafoe to get on the board. Schneider's teaming up with Rude. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, because she didn't have a partner either. So wait, who gets elevated into the main draw? Who do they put in the main draw? Wait, is the draw come out yet? For the mixed? All right, there's a backhand now from Foe in the net. We get to deuce. Schneider Rude's a tough team. We know Schneider's a great doubles player. All right, deuce. As Tiafoe serves. That's a fault. Second serve. Second serve, Tiafoe. Into the backhand of FILS. Return goes back for Foe. FILS backhand in the net. Tiafoe gets to advantage. Advantage Tiafoe to just get on the board in this final set. Comeback of the century. It would be something. Advantage Tiafoe. Serve. The fault. Second serve. Into the back of FILS, up the line of the forehand to Tiafoe. FILS gets it back to the forehand of Foe. FILS forehand again. Tiafoe goes into the nets with a forehand. And it's back to deuce. FILS wants that bagel. He's like, let's finish this off strong. The statement finish. All right. Deuce. This might be the longest service game of the match. 4 minutes. Serve. Out wide. FILS gets it back and Foe with a volley in the net. Championship point for Arthur FILS to take the biggest trophy of his career, his first 1,000. I'll tell you, we're going to have a conversation after this, FILS or Menchik, because it's starting to become a conversation. If he wins this, he matches Menchik in titles won, at least big titles won. Is he the best of this next gen? Serve. There's a fault by Tiafoe. Second serve. Second serve, Foe. Into the forehand of FILS. He smacks it in the net. FILS is like, I'm winning this with a forehand winner. No, you're not. Not right now. Not yet. He wants FILS. The way FILS ran around that backhand, you're like, oh, he's trying to finish it. Like, he wants to finish in style. He wants to hit a winner, land. He's thinking about this moment forever. He's like, when I win a first 1,000, I'm going to hit the winner. I'm going to fall on the ground. He planned that. He didn't go to plan yet. Backhand goes wide. Great pickup by Foe. FILS hits it out advantage. Foe lined that up. FILS lined that up. He's just like, I want to finish this match with that forehand inside out winner. Highlight reel shot. Get my big trophy with a highlight. All right, advantage Foe to get back, or to get on the board, I should say. First serve's a fault. Second serve. Second serve into the forehand of FILS. And then Tiafoe hits a forehand wide. Just missed it. Deuce. All right, we get the deuce. Foe serves. Into the backhand of FILS. Tiafoe backhand in the net. Championship point number 2. For Arthur FILS to win this big trophy and win it with a bagel in the final set. What a roller coaster of a match this has been. It's been a quick, fast roller coaster. We're all going to vomit after this from motion sickness. Serve is a fault. It's been an hour and 27. Second serve. Second serve. Into the backhand of FILS. Return goes back into Tiafoe. FILS with a forehand. Into the backhand of Tiafoe. To the backhand of FILS. FILS in the net. That was a tight backhand. FILS is feeling the moment. He's like, I want to win it, but I'm nervous. Fifth deuce. This is by far the longest game of the match. Easily the longest game of the match. All right. Deuce. As the return goes into the forehand of Tiafoe. FILS with the slice. Tiafoe volleys. FILS with the pass. Is a lob. And it's in. Great lob. Didn't have to be that great. Tiafoe was too close to the net. He couldn't. He was never going to recover. Championship point number 3. For Arthur FILS. To be the first Frenchman to win a 1,000 since Caroline Garcia, I think. Who I think won Cincinnati as well. First male, I think, since Tsonga in the 2010s. Serve is a fault. Second serve. Second serve into the back of FILS. Return goes in the back of Foe. FILS with a forehand again to the forehand of Tiafoe. And Tiafoe hits it long. Arthur FILS wins. He drops his racket. And he walks over to the coach in shock. He can't believe what he's just done. FILS is the champion. And he has won a big trophy like some of these other boys. They hug it out at the net. I tell you, Tiafoe's had a great week, but man, it's so... You wonder if Tiafoe's ever going to get another chance to win this a trophy like this. Like, he played Sinner here 2 years ago. That sucks, right? Bad matchup. But, like, how is he going to be able to win Is he going to get a chance to win a 1,000 with all these new guys coming through, right? It might have been just a missed opportunity for Foe, but unfortunately, that's been so many of these guys in that generation, right? And almost makes a final of a slam, almost wins a 1,000, almost does the thing, right? And FILS has done the thing, and he's only 22. He's just getting started. I tell you, French tennis might be coming back. French tennis come back. I tell you, we need to see FILS take on Alcaraz at the US. That's what I need. I need FILS to play Alcaraz. That's what I need. Give me that 4th round or quarterfinal, whatever it is. Give me that. Give me Alcaraz FILS. Give me that at the US Open. GG's. If you want to leave me, don't forget to sub on the way out. I tell you, FILS has had a phenomenal comeback from injury. He had 12 months ago, he couldn't move. I mean, he had a back issue, he had fractures and shit. I mean, it was all kinds of crazy. And now, he's won the biggest trophy of his career. Not only that, though, he also won Barcelona 500 this year. He's also made multiple runs at the 1000s. You know, he's lost to Alcaraz, right? But that was early in the year. Things have changed. He hasn't had a slam run, though. That's the only thing he's lacking. Didn't play the French due to injury. Didn't play the Australian Open because he was out. Wimbledon, he lost to Berrettini. Terrible draw. US Open. Maybe he makes the quarterfinals and he finally, breaks that, gets that breakout slam run. You got to think he's going to make the quarters if the draw works out. If he gets a tough draw, maybe not. But if he gets a decent draw, you would think that the quarterfinals are there for him to get to, right? 8.1 performance rating for FILS, a 6.9 for Tiafoe. Man, is Foe going to get another opportunity like this? Is he going to get another? Because Alcaraz is back. So, Sinner might not have been here. Alcaraz decided not to play either, but he's back. And if Sinner's not coming back for Asia, then maybe maybe Asian swing. But I don't know. Feels like such an opportunity missed for Foe. 23 winners, 29 errors from FILS, 13 aces as well. Great serving. 9 winners, 25 errors from Tiafoe. Like I said, that match was all on FILS' racket, the good and the bad. But yeah, great serving from FILS. 71% of first serves points won, 59% of first serves in. Foe only got 39% of first serves in. I mean, again, maybe if that hip issue was reason why he didn't serve well, then so be it. 8.4 on the serve for FILS, and a 7.5 on the forehand. And those were the 2 shots that did most of the damage. And he's a champion in Cincy, 1,000 champion. Join the club. There's not too many people in that club. All right. Feel bad for Foe? Yeah, man. Yeah. I just feel bad for, we love FILS, right? I love his swagger. I love the way he goes about his tennis. I love that he's not scared of Sincaraz, right? He's not he doesn't really care what they do. He's like, oh, did they play? I didn't even watch. I love that. I love his attitude around that. He doesn't idolize those guys and, or put them on a pedestal, right? He's like, I'm with them. I'm one of them. Just haven't won the slams yet. But yeah, your heart breaks for Foe because you're going to look back at his career and go, he made the final of Cincy twice. He made a semi of a slam a couple of times. And you go, Fritz has got a 1,000, right? Shelton's got 2 1,000s. You think Foe deserve, you don't deserve it. You have to earn it, right? But the Foe should have a 1,000, right? But hey, there's still hope. He's only 28. There's time. Plenty of time. Well, not really, but there's time. There's enough time. He could do it. He can get there, eventually. But this was what a golden opportunity. What a golden opportunity. And FILS took the opportunity. FILS only dropped 1 set for the week. 2 sets for the week, including that final. He only dropped a couple sets for the week. That was a phenomenal run to his first 1,000. God, FILS is so scary, man. Hodar and Chad, I'm so pumped. For I know a lot of people are saying oh, I meant Sincaraz. Yeah, okay, maybe. But But like, look what we've got instead. With no Sinkeraz, we've got FILS, we've got Hodar, we've got Menchik, right? He's been damaging. Tien has been able to thrive a little bit as well. I mean, especially the French Open, Fonseca too, right? We wouldn't be able to get those guys doing these things if Sinner and Alcaraz were still, if it was 12 months ago, right? 12 months ago, these guys were lucky to pick up the scraps, right? No Sinkeraz means we get FILS winning one. Means we get, all these other guys getting a chance to go, hey, I'm here too. Watch me. Like, this is good. This is good. Sinkeraz will come back. We will watch them again. But having 12 months of no Sinkeraz is not the worst thing for the rest of the sport. Because now, FILS versus Alcaraz is interesting. Now, Hodar versus Sinkeraz is interesting, right? Now, Tien or, Menchik, right? All these guys, now it's like, oh, hang on, these guys have gotten better since those other guys haven't been around, or at least since Alcaraz is gone. All right, now what does it look like 6 months later? FILS and Alcaraz played in Doha, and it was pretty bad for FILS. Alcaraz was flying crazy high, right? He was on a win streak. He just won the career slam, all that stuff. FILS was coming back. Now, 6 months later, okay, now what? Now how does that look? Is it still domination from Alcaraz? Or has FILS now got this new confidence? We haven't even seen Hodar take on Alcaraz yet, right? It's good. This has been good. No Sinkeraz is not the worst thing temporarily. Obviously, we want that to come back and we want that to be a rivalry. But for 12 months, if we pause it for 12 months, 2026, no Sinkeraz, okay. I know we had one, but it's not a bad thing. Because it gives these other guys a chance to kind of grow. And that's good for the sport. We need competition. Otherwise, people aren't going to watch the semifinals of slams because it's not Sinkeraz, right? We don't want that. We don't want who cares the rest? We just want these 1-2 guys. FILS is on his phone. I'll tell you, Goran's kind of got a bit of a magic touch. I mean, yeah, it didn't work for Tsitsipas, but shit. Tiafoe looks pretty beat. Don't forget Nakashima. The reason I don't put Nakashima in that category is with those guys because Nakashima's 25. Nakashima and Draper are in their own category. They're in the Sinner. They're at Sinner's age. They're not in the same. They're older than Alcaraz, right? I'm talking anybody younger than Alcaraz. That's the next generation. So yeah, Nakashima's been great, but Nakashima's 25, right? So is Draper, right? They're Sinner's age. They're not in this set generation, right? They're in the Sinner Alcaraz generation, right? They're older, so that they're not part of this new breed. They're obviously new. I mean, Nakashima's been around for years. He made the Wimbledon quarterfinals in 22. 4 years ago, he was popping off. He just took him a little bit longer to do it again. What's FILS' coach's name? Yeah, Merlin, yeah. Now, Goran's not there. I don't know why Goran's not around, but I guess, he has his reasons. All right, here we go. They're doing the speeches, and then we're going to get to the ladies' final. FILS has got 3 coaches, I think. He's got a bunch of coaches. And apparently 300,000 people have gone through the crowd. How many of those are Filipino? 300,000 people. It's a record for the Cincinnati Masters. How many are Filipino? Probably not as many as Toronto. Toronto definitely had a bigger audience for Filipino. And also, Eala played 2 matches and lost. So, I mean, seeing that tennis can still be competitive without Sinkeraz was good. Oh, yeah. Trust me, chat. This is good. This is good. This is good. We need... And even though I picked Foe, maybe out of a little bit of I feel like it's like his last chance to get a big trophy. FILS winning is great for the future of tennis because now it's like, oh, Menchik's got a 1,000, FILS has got a 1,000. those are two of the many young guys that we're talking about challenging Alcaraz. Hodar is Hodar could win. Imagine if Hodar won Shanghai. That would be pretty cool. Or even Paris. Imagine Hodar wins the Paris indoors. Like, that would be like, oh, shit, okay. Now we've got 3 young guys with the 1000s. I mean, that would be fun. I feel like Hodar in Shanghai, if it's like last year, I think all the young guys are going to cramp. But Shanghai is going to be won by a marathon runner. But I'll tell you, Paris indoors, FILS with that crowd and that confidence. All right, Big Foe having a chat. Just says, thanks to Arthur. Congrats on your first Masters. I love this too, that FILS is like, I know that he's probably thinking, yeah, I got this trophy, but he's like, that's not what I came here to do. And I'm excited for that. Just saying he appreciates the love of the crowd. Women's final starts in 45. He's just talking about how crazy it's been. Six Love doesn't always look like Six Love. Well, Six Love was kind of Six Love in that final set, unfortunately. Like that bagel was. That bagel was. Foe wasn't competitive in that final set. Big Foe talking about his team now. Very classy speech from Foe. Oh, yeah, for sure. Foe just saying how it's been a hell of a week. I feel bad for Foe. Yeah, it's rough, man, because you just wonder how many more chances are going to get to do. He won his biggest trophy this year already, right? He won a 500, which was the biggest trophy he's ever won. But like, how many opportunities is he going to get to win a 1000? Especially with Sinner and Alcaraz, you would expect to come back. I mean, you've got all these young guys. Shelton, by the way, is one of those young guys too. I didn't even mention him. Like, how many opportunities is he going to get for Tiafoe? He's had 2 chances in the last 3 years. One, he lost to Sinner, which is fair, but yeah, I felt like today was such a chance. There's only more and more young guys coming through. If he's going to drop that trophy, he's got break. He's like, hold it with one hand. I'm like, bro, hold it with 2. All right, FILS. He's like, it's good to be here playing a final against your foe. There's still time. Foe's not 40. I know he's not 40, but the young guys are coming up real fast. So, like, the window for winning these trophies is going to get so small. It's already small. I mean, Sinner's won them all. When he plays, he wins Sinner. So I'm like, if Sinner doesn't play and Alcaraz decides to take a tournament off as well, then maybe you're a chance. But then you've got to deal with FILS, Fonseca, Hodar, Menchik, Tien, Medvedev, Djokovic is still there. You know what I mean? And FILS just giving some love to the crowd. Why does the Cincinnati trophy look like a chamber pot? I don't mind it. I mean, I like the old trophy better. It was a little bit more vibrant. This is a little bit more. I like the old trophy better, but yeah. All right. And FILS just said we've done a hell of a job, but it's not done yet. I love this attitude from FILS. I love this attitude. He's just saying thanks to his family, thanks to Goran, who's not traveling with him at the moment. Thanks to the tournament. He's like, I'll come back next year. I tell you, things are changing. Things are changing, chat. Things have moved. We're starting to see the shift. Tennis is shifting. Tennis is starting to move a little bit. It's starting to change, chat. It's the ATP slowly starting to move. We had Shelton and FILS winning the trophies. In the absence of Alcaraz and Sinner, FILS looks so happy. I love it for FILS. Love that for FILS. He's had phenomenal 6 months. And what a heartbreaking injuries last year. He was like, I'm almost there, but then he gets injured. Then he's almost there, and then he gets injured. Love that for him. All right, now we have the ladies' final, which is starting in 30 minutes. So I'm going to fire it up, and we're going to get to that to see who wins out of Gauff and Pegula on the ladies' side. But what a roller coaster final. I don't even know what to make of that final. It was just such a roller coaster with the scoreline was exactly how it felt. Woo, whoa, whoa. 6-3, 1-6, love. FILS gets his first 1,000 trophy. And, man, I'll tell you, French tennis should be excited. I think they've been excited for FILS for a couple of years. He's been popping off over the last 3 years despite injuries. But now going into the US Open with no Sinner, and we don't know what to expect from Alcaraz. I mean, FILS and Foe, if their draw plays out, maybe they do make a final in New York. But he gets the win, and he is a 1,000 champion. There's not too many of those going around. Women's final starting in about 30. We'll run over to there now.